Hello everybody and welcome to a new City Skylines 2 build. This time I will be building a cargo harbor and it's part of this industrial area that has been here since the beginning. Just in time I noticed the plume of pollution, of air pollution, is moving in this direction. So first I wanted to build a residential area here, but instead I'm doing an industrial area. I guess they don't have much trouble with air pollution. So first I'm making these, yeah, I think a nice shapes. Maybe this is a little extra land. The nice thing about City Skylines 2 is that you don't get the tsunamis like in the first version. The water just settles out really quickly, and I think that's really an improvement. This will be a big cargo harbor. It will hold several container shipping yards or cargo ports, and all this area will be part of the new industrial area. Just making the shapes so they um, kind of rough and see where I go. I think there should be a little inlet here, so let's add a little inlet and also maybe a little peninsula here. It ends up being a little bit too small to the rail yard. It's a little bit of a shame you cannot make beaches in the game yet. I'm really would be interested in having an option to keep this sandy, but it's still it turns green if you wait a little, or if you move over it again with the cursor. And here I'm making a little bit of an adjustment, a little bit finer, so we get nice straight corners. This area will be a little more hilly, like you can see with the contour lines. And this maybe a little inlet here. This really will be a big harbor eventually. I'm not finishing it completely in this video, but you'll get the idea. There are some cuts in it also, because I was trying to make keys over everywhere, but it's just not, yeah, well, it's not really fun to watch, I guess, because it takes forever, because it always says that it's in water. So kind of an anarchy mod would be very much appreciated by me. This is where I first put down the cargo harbor. It's really a big building, and it comes with a seaway that you have to connect up to the existing seaways so ships can get around. And I managed to, yeah, this is a little too small, and I end up changing the direction because I have a railway connection here. Pretty close by is the rail yard where all the trains come from. So I figured a cargo yard with a train connection would be much nicer. But it faces the wrong direction for to be in this area, so I have to change that around. And just making it wide enough so we can have two. I try to get the same angle, but it's not snapping to anything, so that's really a little bit difficult, but I think it's pretty accurate. And here's another one. which will have a railway connection also later. Yeah, this is where I'm switching them around because of the railway connection. So it takes a little bit of, yeah, I could have demolished it, but why not move it with the option available? Put it like this, the railway will be able to connect to the existing railway network, and the other ones will probably will be without a rail connection. Yeah, this is the road that is needed for transportation to come in and out. So this will be the angle of this port area. And this I'm getting a little lucky here because this is just perfect. So it has over this rail connection that I'm going to connect to the rail yard. I have to set up the train lines yet from from the outside world to my city. Here and there, it's kind of congested already because you need quite a few rail yards if you plan on having a lot of cargo trains in your city. I think at max they deliver like 15 trains, so that's not really a lot. So you can see my rail yard is quite enough big. Yeah, I think there are two next to each other with all the extras, so you have a little more capacity. And the main line will be continuing further down the industrial area. And now I'm thinking about how to do these road connections. And here I'm trying to start making a key by using a road, and I raise it up to 2.5 meters, and it should be building a key-like structure like this. So here I thought, well, this is going well, so why not continue this a little bit? But I end up doing it differently. You will see a bit later, and I will have to fix that up when there is some kind of anarchy. Like you see here at the rail yard, there is no key, but it just looks, well, it's not perfect, but it can do. And I figured I need a little bit more room here to be able to build a little bit of an industrial area. Just so this industrial area gets a little bit of attention. There's a little bit of a traffic problem on the left. There are many trucks trying to get into the cargo rail yard that's there, or the cargo rail station that's there. And yeah, this area really needs some attention road-wise. Here you can see I try to make a nice key, but I'm not giving up very easily. But it eventually I end up doing it a little bit faster. Like you can see, this is just frustrating that you can do it like this, and then a little bit further, and it it's ready in one go. So, and these things will never connect. I know that from experience now. They're suddenly on different heights, although the land is reasonably flat. And you can see here, it's not, it will not do that. Not even if I make a little bit more room. Maybe I get a land connection, things like this. It doesn't really look good, but I end up demolishing it all. See, you cannot do this. And now I can do this. But sometimes it's a lengthy process. And I figured if I want to do a complete cargo harbor like this, then I will do this off camera. Maybe when some kind of energy is available, because it just takes too much time. Yeah, now this part is in water. And of course, the game is right. It is a bit in water, but it's very questionable when it's in water and when it's on land. I haven't figured it out really. Yeah, and it's connected. Finally, still with some strange differences, but I will have to accept that for now. Here you can see the traffic jam on the left. I guess it will be better when there are a little bit more connections. They all have to cross this railway yard at some point, so I made a bridge over it. But that's the only connection from, well, the north to this lower area. So that will be changed in the future. I here start to zone some industry to make it look like this is one industrial port or industrial area with a cargo port. This is how the seaways are connected. I think these small ones are big enough, and I just connect them so ships can come in and go out. And here I'm trying to do an internal connection. Oh no, this is an external connection that works fine, but you cannot connect like I'm trying to do here. You can do it, but the game says it's not connected to the outside world, and so no ships are going between these two ports. But I have to do that off camera because it's also quite a lengthy process to go to connect all the different things, and it's more fun, I think, to see how this port takes shape. I'm trying to keep the angle a little bit straight. Yeah, there's the pathway of the ships here, so apparently you cannot level that. So Trying to do another key. Okay. Let me see. It's not really working out. Sometimes smoothing the area or the edge will help. Like you see here, I almost got it. Then here on the side, it's maybe better to do it another way. You see, there's another height difference, and it's just a disaster to do this. See, you have a really strange height difference again. So I decided, well, let's do some street patterns here to be able to get some nice zoning. But first, before I forget, usually I forget to build a rail, so let's do the rail first. Maybe it will be able to connect to this side as well in the future. I don't know if you can create a train line between two harbors. I should I should try that, but maybe it also only works with an outside connection. That would be very well possible. Would be kind of nice if it would be able if it would be able to do that. Yeah, this is a bit of a strange angle, so it doesn't want to build anything here. So let's remove that and do it again. It's nice and parallel to the train track. For now, this will be connecting here. Quite a bit of a height difference here, like you maybe can see. So this will be the lower part of the industrial area, and the space in between will be like trees or just a wilderness. See, this is really too steep to build. And I like to use these alleys. They are like smaller streets, and it gives a nice change in scenery, I think. Like these big roads, I don't know if we really need them everywhere. They also come with zebra crossings in every corner. I don't think that's really needed, so I use these alleys a lot to make it yeah, look like this, and I have to zone it in. I want to make use of every little area that we have. And this will be some smaller offices and more industrial areas. The demand for industrial is quite high. It just stays high. Whatever, how many zoning I do, it will always be high. The city is also making a lot of money. I don't not think I recorded it, but It's really amazing to see how much money the city is actually making. I am connecting up this port also. And here I figured if you would do it like this, it looks kind of good also. If you do not make the land too high, it yeah, well, I think it can do. And of course, when I have the opportunity to do this in a normal way, then I will make them nice keys and also a little bit smaller roads. And this is just not fitting. So we do a little road here and there. So there's plenty of room for zoning. And I thought maybe we need another road, but well, I don't think so. These areas are so nicely zoned in. All the buildings will be close together, next to each other, without leaving any of these weird gaps. And maybe these companies are directly onto the edge of the water. So this you hardly see that there's no quay. And this 4-lane road will wrap around the entire area. So if you want to go from point A to B, you will be able to get there quickly using this road. And this is also the direction of the goods line. And maybe in the future we'll add a passenger line as well. And this just it just goes around this corner and this direction. Here I'm adding the rail connection. In the future, this train line will continue this way. But for now, I only connect this one and the other way. So that's ready for the future. I think that it's okay to do level crossings on an industrial area. You see that actually kind of a lot, I think, in the real world. I figured, yeah, why not? Add a little bit more zoning. And maybe alongside this main road, there will be something different, like small shops or places you can have lunch or do some shopping. This area is really starting to look a little bit more complete with the edges and the docks. And this all will be green and trees. I'm using the oak trees because they grow out kind of big. And here I'm doing kind of the same, extending the area a little bit further. On the left is the gas power plant. It's powering the whole city. I think it's a very nice building. You can see the smoke plume from quite some distance. And here, for some reason, it says I can do it, but it says no road connection. So I figured maybe this road needs to be longer. No, it's blue, but you cannot build it. It says no road connection. I have no clue what is going on, because normally you would be able to place these things free without even a road being there. I tried that, but that also didn't want to do that, so I figured, oh well, just one cargo harbor here is enough. Trying it again, but no, it doesn't want to do it. Okay, then we don't do it. Maybe I will try again if I restart the game. Sometimes that helps. Some little connections here. I should make a little bit of more land because we get in water again. This will be the edge. Here's the main bridge of the city. I'm just making it a little more zone efficient. It's not the areas are not evenly sized, but that gives some variation in buildings. And this area will be also filled with industrial. And we let that develop. Yeah, I thought about changing this, but I'm leaving it as it is. Of course, this area needs a lot more work. And here I used photo mode to make this, well, it's not a cinematic. I will do another cinematic soon if I figure out how to do it and how to get a nice frame rate. But this is how it ends up looking. You can see the city in the distance and the little cargo port. And this is almost the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time in the next video. A little bit more looking around. And if you liked the video, please like, subscribe, and hit the little bell so you know when I post new content. Okay, thank you for watching again, and see you next time in the next video. And if you have requests or comments, please let me know. Thank you. Bye bye.